Hey guys, we're here in front of a Moogle, as one frequently is. You ever just wake up in the middle of the night and there's just a Moogle staring at you? Well, then you've probably got some sort of like Moogle plush hanging out by your bed. Bobo Bird, that's a choice of a name for it. What is that, like a... I don't know what that thing is there, but I can't pick it up. I thought it was a chest for a second, but it's not. Also, that thing... Oh, Lanny, that's fucking rude. I hope we'll never have to see you, except I know that we will. Oh well. I'm completely lost. You don't say, Steiner. Is this man ever not completely lost? You should really scrape that rust off. It's disgusting. Well, at least he has the decency to not get mad at a random person in the street. Gasol pickles. Chocobo feed. Hold your nose first. Actually, that might kill the flavor. God. See, now mentally, I'm just imagining that Steiner, like, got, like, one of those peppers that are, like, beyond the Carolina Reaper or anything like that. Just rammed it straight into his craw. And he's like, yeah, I'm coming back for more, buddy. Oh, Steiner, you fucking clown. This game is real fun. The writing is good. Oh. This nut smells... Oh. Yeah, I mean, they've got quite a few glass bottles and stuff. Neat! Vivi doesn't know, like, anything that's going on. Oh. That's a little bit messed up. I mean, chocobos are still quite useful, friendo. Anyway, at some point we do get to get involved in the running of the bulls here. Well, not literally the running of the bulls, but it's a similar concept. You'll be fine, champ. I'm just looking for somebody who knows how to advance the plot. Unfortunately, I don't remember exactly what we're supposed to be doing because I am forgetful. Oh, that leads outside of town. That feels like not a place I should be, especially when I don't have a full party. That feels like a good way to get absolutely creamed. The cream of the crop. Wait, no, wait, that's something else. Oh, Randy Savage. I feel like you should all know that I don't watch wrestling. I just know enough references that I can just say some of them sometimes. Do I have to, like, go back and watch some of the old events that were, like, not bad and just be like, hey, yeah. Now I can make even better Iron Sheik jokes. Gone. I thought, for some reason, I didn't read it properly at first. I thought it was Dan. And I was gonna laugh at him for just being named Dan, which is like... There's a lot of simple names that you could have in a fantasy world that would make me laugh really hard. And Dan is one of them. Like, you're not even called Daniel, you're just Dan. Can you imagine? Actually, some of you probably could. Never mind. What I just said was incredibly silly. An entire shop dedicated to milk. Well, I mean, fair enough. Especially with this tech level, you would probably need that much for, like, refrigeration and stuff. Oh. Oh, yeah, about that. Sorry. I kind of fucked up. Alright, have you got any of that then? We'll take a look in a second. First, I want to take a quick peek at how our inventory is doing. Alright. So now what have you got? You've got basic potions. We have 7,500 gil exactly, and that is a weirdly round number. Maybe it's because I'm so used to, like, FF10, where you'll just get, like, weird numbers very easily. Or most RPGs in general. Oh, I get it. It's a reference to Final Fantasy VII. Is there one that was, like, just straight up basically the Buster Sword? Or is it just that, hey, here's a bunch of thick chonk swords? Oh, thank you for the subscription, Irene. I gotta do something with the, oh god, I need to do something with the,
Also, dagger might fall.
Hold on. I'm trying to think of the word. The notification things. I want to make that GIF go for longer because that's quite short. And that bothers me a little bit. Alright, Oakley Dokley here. We want a lot of stuff here, actually. I think. We're gonna grab another Mage Masher because we're going to need to at some point. I bet that's a waste, but it's fine. We'll probably make the money back eventually. The Mithril Dagger is naturally going to be quite useful. This Iron Sword is pointless. This Javelin. Okay, so technically a Javelin would not be worthless, although I think that Freya is going to enter the party carrying a Javelin as her, like, starting spear. Don't necessarily take my word for that or anything, but I believe that to be the case. However, javelins can also be... I think all weapons are throwable. once we get the character who can throw weapons, but I mean, unsurprisingly, javelins would not be a bad choice for that. Not like amazing or anything, but decent for the money, I think. Unfortunately, we get Mr. Throwing Man quite a ways into things. Like, they really don't want to give you throw very early into most of these RPGs. Well, the Final Fantasy ones in particular, because that's what I'm thinking of. Because, like, yeah, you don't get edge until fairly deep into FF4. It takes quite a bit of doing to unlock the Juggler class in Tactics Advance. Actually, no, I think it just requires 2 thief skills on a Moogle, so that ain't shit, actually. Disregard what I said about that one. This staff is not going to be useful for Garnet because she already has one. A fork? We don't have anybody who can use a fork. Quit messing with me, game. Some leather wristbands here, but everybody is kitted out with those. Ooh, glass armlets, though. Nice. And silver gloves for Buddy. Steepled hat. I think I might just save the... Can I see what skills this has? Wearing it will make you popular. Reduces water damage by 50%. That's interesting. An iron helm for old Tin Pot Dictator there. I somehow don't have a leather plate available. Alright. Nor that. I must have just seen it in the steel list for what's his name. We got the silver gloves already. Oh god, I don't need that many of those. 3 glass armlets, and headgears. No, I'm just gonna grab one, and I'm gonna see what it has to learn. Okay, yeah, so we need a little bit more for Detect before we can equip the Mithril Dagger. Alright, headgear, what do you got? You've got Undead Killer, so that's literally only going to be of use for Zidane. But right now he's got a feather hat on, so he's got this stuff to learn for now. The glass armlet will come up later for you there, buddy. Leather plates. Teaches chakra. Ooh, I guess that'd be for, well, the other guy we don't have yet. So, neato. Alright, no real reason to buy more headgears unless we really need water defense that badly, which don't think we do. Don't believe that to be the case. This is the building we were just in, was it? Yeah. I got sidetracked because I was spending a lot of time in the other one. And that happens to me quite easily anyway. It's not even a key item that's available to us? Oh well. Keep going in here. Alright, what do you guys got going on here? Okay, we've got our synthesizing shop here. Ooh, we've got some stuff here, alright. And unfortunately, the long and short of it is that I really just don't have the cash to do this right now. So I'm gonna have to wait until I can get some more gil in order to buy most of that gear. But there's quite a bit there. So as long as I remember that, and I'm not saying I will, because I probably will not, but... Oh, huh? What'd that say? Polam's action figures. Ooh, it's kind of tying... Does it count as one FF4 reference or two? Because Palom and Porom are so closely linked as characters. And of course, it's just one name that's obviously combining both of them. Well, get someone else to... it's a very low resolution dog. It's probably cute if you can get a little closer to it with the camera, but unfortunately, no such luck with us. Actually, I kind of wonder if there's some way you can just do like model viewing kind of stuff with this game. Very possibly. Shit. That's a name you could possibly have. Anything going on up here? Ooh, free leather plates. That means, at the very least, the one that we bought was not for nothing, because it's a synthesis ingredient. But. But. Alright, so when does this start? I now don't remember what is the trigger point for this. So yeah, I think we've explored all of town, right? Obviously going outside of town would be a bad choice. Well, I guess there's a couple buildings here that we haven't tried to go in, but I don't think all of them are going to let me in. And by that I mean I think very few of them are going to let me in, if at all. Okay, yeah, so here's the inn again. That's right, with the Moogle that one person really didn't like. There's our airship dock. Not airship dock. Pardon me, the air cab. Alright, let's try heading off to the castle. And see if this gets us what we need. It very likely will not do that. So there's where we entered from. Oh, with the last regent was Sid the Eighth, huh? Well, first of all, impressive progression of just Sid, and second of all, hey, yeah, of course, 9th because FF9. No? Why not? What's going on in there? Or do I not qualify as a guest? Oh, I suppose that's Unlikely. Say she's really trying to avoid. Yeah. Zudane. Can you, like, act normal-ish for a little while, please? Well, okay, I guess this is not the place to go. Alright, well. It's fine. Back we go. Something over there? Ah, I see. It's just an advertisement poster for public transportation. You think about how much better things would be if we had better public transportation in this country. This is probably true wherever you live, really, but I digress. Yeah, I know. It's kind of disheartening, isn't it? God, I wish people would talk about how great high-speed rail would be a little more often, but yeah. And see, check it out. They got steam engines. Although, I mean, then you've got to transport that much water around. Eventually, it becomes a bit of an issue. But eh. So your computer's a bit hot after playing a Steam game. Yeah, I guess this guy is just informing us that we can play card games against a lot of people. Oh. You know what? That's a phrase that I wasn't expecting to see. The sign said pigeon turd alert. That's fantastic. This game is great. Oh, it's a really nice place. Hello again. Good evening, Alan, and your wife, who, even if she's not here, have good evening to her, you know. Fun stream today. I watched you play Space Channel 5 Part 2. I have never played any Space Channel 5 because I am terrible at rhythm games. Oh. Oh, it's definitely quite a good time. A very entertaining piece of media. Sega during that period really were on a bit of a hot streak. In the Dreamcast era, they had a lot of good games. A lot of people like to talk about how the Dreamcast was like very ahead of its time. I don't know if it was that far so, but they definitely had a lot of good ideas, and more importantly, the lineup on their console the console was absolute fire. Yeah. Like a big part also in terms of things that are very very ahead of their time when it comes to the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast came with a network adapter, which, you know, I'm sure we all know about that. This is very much in an era where you didn't get those by default on any of your consoles. It would take... Wait, did the Xbox have a built-in? I think the Xbox had a built-in, and then, like, after that, consoles would start having their Ethernet jacks and stuff in their butt ends. And some of them could even do Wi-Fi, but that was definitely not an era where it was regarded as being very important, because online gaming, especially on console, that was quite the forward-thinking thing. In fact, fun story, I actually mentioned this offhandedly when I did that, God, can I even call it recent anymore? It's been out for like a month. The video that I did about PSO, and in particular looking at that last area and the final boss, that the head guy of Sega at the time actually paid to put, when you bought copies of the game in Japan, he basically paid so that way you could have a free month of network service for it, because internet was not as common in Japan at the time. So that was like really cool of the guy. They really were onto something. It's just a pity that the console absolutely cratered, mostly because of, well, realistically, I think that at least on some level, we probably should blame Bernie Stolar for kind of fucking over the Saturn, and that having a bit of a knock-on effect for Sega for, like, the rest of their hardware lifespan. I mean, the Saturn had its own issues too, and it probably would have had some lineup problems, just because there were some very odd things about the Saturn's system architecture, and also how it did graphics. Yeah, so a big thing with the Saturn and 3D graphics, so you probably know at least enough on a technical level when it comes to 3D graphics to know that nowadays, basically everything is made out of triangles in 3D graphics. And that was the case for most other consoles starting in the 5th gen and going forward, except the Saturn used 4-sided figures as its base polygon for any of its 3D shit. So when it came to doing 3D graphics, things were a little bit wonky for some shit. So, you know. Yeah, so, by the way, this scene, the rest of Tantalus is looking for a way to rescue Blank. We can actually do that by finding a key item called the Super Soft. which I think is technically what they're questing for, but they haven't name dropped it yet, so I might be jumping ahead a little bit. We are able to rescue Blank, though, from the petrified forest. It's very interesting to see a case, though, where it's like, hey, yeah, here's somebody who's been affected by a status effect outside of battle. But also... hang on, I want to finish this thought before I read that poster, because that poster is pretty good. It's interesting to see that, because there's always been that sort of discussion about Aerithful and saving her from being dead. Like, oh, we'll just use a Phoenix down, guys. And here we've got like a weird sideways sort of like pre-response to that almost. I say pre-response because I'm not confident that anybody writing this game would have heard it at the time. Just because, well, that kind of stuff didn't spread around the same way. Yeah, Ubobo. The other part, we proudly present Moogle Wannabe 2, performed by Zalwix Company, the company that gave a stellar rendition of I Wish I Were a Chocobo. Oh, that's pretty good. I don't know, guys. I would like to see I Wish I Were a Chocobo as like a cutscene. That I think would be fun. Ripzidane. What's he look like? Then we might be able to find him. Oh. A little bit hard to see at this distance, that's for sure. FF6 AI video. Oh, Jesus. I am not sure that I like where that's going just in general. That's a little horrifying. Oh, who's this giant Moogle? Yeah, I have, again, bad feeling. Just hearing the phrase there. Give me just a second. Yeah, room's heating up a little bit, probably because I'm streaming now, and that means my computer is working harder. A lot of people have just been talking about FF6 in general lately. Oh no. That situation got a little bit messed up. Because of the Dragon Quest III HD 2D, so there's been, I've certainly seen a not small amount of people looking at that and going, something similar for FF6 would be quite nice. And I wouldn't disagree. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that they seem to be dropping some of the extra content in some of the newer remakes. Like, the pixel remasters, I think, are lacking in the stuff from the previous remakes, if I recall correctly. Oh, no solid 30 FPS for that on Switch. That's quite unfortunate. But the Switch, to be fair, the Switch is definitely not like the most hardcore of any sort of like gaming platform. Although, saying that, it's also, like, really wacky to see a lot of game companies try to push so hard on it in terms of, like, trying to get better performance out of it than its specs should allow. 9th gen Pokemon games. Oh, sorry. What was that? I'm sorry. I must have swallowed a bug. Speaking of bugs, 9th generation Pokemon game. Ooh. Maybe I should phrase that a little differently next time. Otherwise, I'll get stuck in a loop again. Ooh, we're picking up a bunch of useful stuff all over the place here. That's quite helpful. This guy's gonna become an airship when he grows up. Just like that kid who wanted to become a blitzball. Oh. That's pretty oof there, Retro. God, that's making me wonder, like, how severely unstable I'm almost curious. That sounds like jankier than that Chrono Cross remaster when it came out. Which I did stream that, like, oh god, how long has that been out for? Like 2 years? More? I don't remember anymore. My god, I am clearly getting old. But yeah, I definitely streamed that when it came out, and its frame rate was bizarrely unstable. Now, granted, there were probably some fixes that I could have done to fix that. But A, I didn't know what they were. And B, the level that some of them went to that I saw at the time was like... It seemed a little bit much for someone who would be like average. Like, I probably could have done it. And, you know, especially with the instruction that was given for it. But also... how much do you guys really need me to do to make your game work properly, guys? You're the ones who dumped all the money into it, and I fed you another 20 bucks. 20, or maybe it was 30. It was quite high. I'm going to take a second here and check where I'm supposed to go for this to kick things off, because yeah, like, clearly I've oh, I just saw something in this that is of a little bit of note. And to get to it, I have to go find the equip shop. I remember where it is. It's in the other part of the district. Yeah, so, like I was saying, I've heard that the Chrono Cross remaster is back to, like, working properly now. I haven't played it since I played the game on stream because it is still Chrono Cross, and, like, Chrono Cross is okay. I'm not a completely tasteless rube, just mostly. Anyway, yeah, that's what I saw in the guide when I was screwing things up here. Okay, so now I go back to the castle. Yeah, sorry, there's just a lot of, like, massive open-ended, like, exploration to get to a point here. And this is a very large area, so I do want to at least be able to be sure that I can make some progress here. Yeah, but the Switch as like a machine for hardcore modern generation gaming, not a very good choice, we'll just say. Okay, so what I'm supposed to do is go. Oh. Like, I think about there's a port of Skyrim for the Switch. And I don't know how well it performs or anything, but that to me just kind of seemed like I wouldn't expect that to work super well. And granted, by the standards of today... Oh, hey, did I buy 3 glass armlets and I don't need all of them? Oh, good lord. Oh, well. But yeah, that was just sort of like on this sort of level of like, guys, that's not a good idea. I've got a couple of Switch games that perform pretty well. Like, I've got Balatro over here. I've got the Mega Man Battle Network collection. I've got plenty of, like, straight ports of older games, and those work fine. As you would kind of expect. There's a lot of, like, other Switch original stuff that I haven't tried out. Oh, God. I was literally joking about that earlier, like, hey, yeah, that does not work well. I mean, it's playable, but the performance is absolutely disgusting. I'm kind of baffled that they let that out the door. Oh, right. I'm not that baffled, actually. It's like, oh, yeah, because they were being massively pressed for any of that, so, meh. So, yeah, there's like a couple of other Switch original games, which is the part that I was trying to get to. Is that I was hoping to, at some point, play Daemon X Machina, which I have. I'm kind of expecting that the performance on that is not amazing, but probably a little better than some options. The Fire Emblem games on Switch probably work fine, though. I do have 3 houses. I haven't gotten around to playing it yet. I've been meaning to get to it eventually. It keeps ending up in the pile of other stuff that I don't remember very well. I've also got Well, okay, I don't have it yet, but I did order. I ordered a Japanese copy of the Super Mario RPG remake. It'll work on a US Switch console. And has English language already, so that'll be interesting. I would expect that it would be like good performance too, because it's just Mario RPG. I can't imagine they've like overblown things that badly. But yeah, it was significantly cheaper to get a copy from Japan than it was to get an English version. And by significantly, I mean just a few bucks really, but like, hey, that's 10% off, and all I have to do is wait around another couple of weeks. Like, okay, I've got plenty of shit to do in terms of video games and otherwise. So it's not a bad thing for me to be like, yeah, I gotta wait a couple of weeks. I also picked up a copy of Armored Core 6 recently, so I could do that in that time scale, right? Or I could try actually getting the rest of my gold stakes on Balatro. My Secret of Evermore cartridge is sitting on my desk. I could replay Secret of Evermore. That would be fun. Yeah, why don't we go and check out that telescope real quick and see if there's anything out there. I'm half expecting, like, Black Waltz's face to just come in and just be like, motherfucker! Oop. Excuse me. Yeah, you're going to that marshland. You should probably wear some nice, hardy boots there. And yeah, you had an extremely good time with the remake, Alan. That is great. Yeah, and I'm quite looking forward to it. Yeah, we probably should avoid going in that direction. That sounds like a good idea. Well, I see a couple of ships and stuff over there, so they're probably getting some work done in that area. Is there more to ping here? Yeah, there we go. Just getting to the Dark World in Dragon Quest III? Neat. Don't worry about it so much, Garnet. Oh, these things. It's not the first time you and Baku have broken up, right, Zidane? This ain't his first rodeo. I was gonna say, did he even have a plan? But yeah, he had drugs. Right. Yeah, we probably shouldn't give Garnet marijuana, should we? But then again, of course, Zidane is just being himself, as usual. Hmm. Something mysterious, huh? It's foreshadowing about... Oh. Oh. Steiner, maybe you shouldn't be, like, getting in street fights with people. What if this old man's just like, what a fucking weirdo. Yeah, come on, don't actually break his action figures, come on. Actually, who's out here just making, like, Waifu Hammer 40k figures of Brana? Jeez. Actually, I think we saw who was doing it earlier, but... Maybe I just wanted to say Waifu Hammer 40k, and I feel terrible now. As every 40k person, like, ever gets mad at me for not realizing that they haven't released a Slaanesh miniature. God, I'm sorry. I probably pronounced the name wrong too, but I'm just kind of bad at this. Oh no, now you know that I've heard the name Slaanesh before. Wow. Unfortunately, some things just leach into the collective unconscious. Unconscious? Is that the word? Whatever. Zidane, you probably shouldn't be out here, like, begging for a date after you just almost fell off a balcony. At least do it in a moment where you don't look quite so undignified. Who's murdering people during the Festival of the Hunt? Who's the asshole? What? Those are some dogs with some very large manes going on here. The moos, are they... Oh, right, no, they're those squirrel things that we fought earlier. My dumb ass forgot that those were called that. I was gonna be like, are they... Do they resemble oxen in some way or another? Oh, what? You brought us Ultima weapon already? Are you out of your goddamn mind? Oh, it's... Well, there's our bull. Okay, so for this, other than the fact that you need, like, strategy and skill at battle, this is one of those things that I seem to recall is a little bit like you really want to know where the best things are. Wow, Zidane, okay. Yeah, this is the part that I was kind of gonna get to, is that, like, you really need to, like, learn how to optimize this. And I 100% do not know any of that. In fact, I'm not even completely sure as to where anything is. In fact, the Zagnol, for all I know, could be in Alexandria right now. Actually, that's not true, because we know that the Lindblom Zagnol was referenced very recently in one of the bosses in the most recent FF14 dungeon. Story dungeon, not the raid or anything. The mid-boss is... when I say mid-boss, I mean second boss. I believe its second boss is the Lindblom Zagnol, and it has basically just the same look, but, you know, looking more like it was modeled in 2024 instead of 1999. Oh. I'm sorry, I thought you were, I'm sorry, I thought you was Con. I'm sorry, I thought you were gonna... make me go through the dialogue and then go into a cutscene. Which means that when I press the X button a couple times, or the cross button if you prefer, I kinda don't, but, I definitely remember playing Rayman 2 Revolution, and they referred to it as the cross button in the spoken dialogue, so it's like hearing the voice actors call it the cross button, and I was quite befuddled as a youth. Oh, Steiner's having a good time out there. Oh, thank you very much there, Streamlabs chat box thing, for not displaying the Gutsman's asses on the chat, on the stream, but I do have FFZ installed so I can see them in the chat box. One of these days I'll remember to fix that, but that day will not be today, that's for sure. This song's pretty good. I can get behind this. Oh god, I thought that was the other type of stone. No, 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 no. Petrification is usually referred to as break in these games. But yeah, just seeing that clock up there in the top left corner is very much reminding me of, and I believe I told this story before, way back in the day, when my brother was originally trying to emulate FF8. And he was using Bleem as the emulator. This is how far back it was, when Bleem was still a concern. This would have been like early 2000s at the absolute latest, because I last saw him in 2003. Ah, shit. We missed. Boo earns. Anyway. So he was in an area where he was on a timer. I don't remember exactly what area it was, but also he was using patch codes like GameShark kind of stuff extensively, because I guess Bleem let you do that. So he had access to Eden. He could summon Eden at that point, which was well before he probably should have been able to summon Eden. And he did it, and like, already this thing was struggling to emulate properly, but it absolutely started gagging so hard when he when he summoned Eden. But the timer was still going at the correct rate. So, like, it was taking however many minutes to even get through, like, part of this summoning animation. And with this certain level of hindsight, I just find that very, very funny, you know? I've probably told you this story before, Tav. I feel like this is something I've told you, but I do not remember if that is the case. It very well may not be. Anywho, so, I mean, clearly I'm not going to win this, but we already knew that to begin with. I don't think we get any sort of, like, EXP or AP rewards from any of this. So, realistically, I probably should just be like, okay, I scoop and wait for 12 minutes. Yeah, see, that bird was worth absolutely nothing compared to the other one. Oh well. I guess I could try stealing something from one of the big wolves here. I don't know if any of these dudes have, like, useful steals either. The Zagnol, I think, has some pretty good stuff, but that's, like... that's kind of a boss. Oh yeah, this has nothing, so... I just wasted a turn. And the damage it deals is... considerable. That was worth a chunk of points. Unfortunately, we're as far back as we are, so... yeah, probably rip and piss any... well... we really didn't have much chance to begin with, but also, like, extra rip and piss than any chance we might have had before. That's right, ripping even more piss. Anyway, it's fine. We're using basic potions. We'll get more of these. It probably wouldn't take much for me to go buy a stack of 99. I might have to grind a little bit because I bought gear, but whatever. Yeah, Freya's up to 76 points, and that squirrel was worth diddly shit. So... We ain't getting much anywheres with this. Ooh, all right. We're tranced. Let's go ahead. I'm going to throw out Tidal Flame. It's more MP dubs. Yes, but hopefully it'll deal more damage. Oh, yeah, that's an actual... Oh. I got ambushed by a squirrel. Well, this is only kind of the most embarrassing thing I've had. Excuse me. I mean, that immediately happened right afterwards, so I've definitely had more embarrassing things happen to me than get ambushed by a squirrel. Oh, you stop that. All right, so Freya's at 88. We're at 74. We're actually, like, not as shittily positioned as I thought we would be. Oh, never mind. She just grabbed another 10 points. Like, I don't think we're even going to get anywhere in the length of this little cutscene, but that's okay. If she wins, she'll get an add-on, and she gets added to our party anyway, so, like... That's kind of a win-win, and if we win... Oh, oops. If we win, we just get Gil, and... I'm going to be quite honest with you, I would fully assume that the add-on is a little bit less easy to get than it would be to farm Gil, because if we want to farm Gil, we can just go outside of town and get into some fights for a little while. Oh, and we got attacked by another squirrel. Well. I still feel like maybe it won't throw a stone at me. Well, it's fine. Yeah, well, you see, any sort of liquid involved, well, oh. Well, good job, Freya. So we'll get the thing when she enters the party. Eventually. Oh, she just read an FAQ. It's fine. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, this doesn't seem good. Well, we can't see that, but... Being attacked by some unknown force. Uh-oh. Ugh. Yeah, he definitely seemed like he was clutching at a wound, and if this game were a little bit more high res, we might have seen that a little better. I don't know. I have a feeling that you're going to find out very soon, Freya, that this does concern all of us very soon. But, excuse me. I digress. Yeah, Vivi wants to come with. I don't think that's going to work out so well, Garnet, but I admire what you're going for. I admire your dedication to diplomacy, but eh. On the other hand, it probably would be a good idea to have somebody here to watch something, I guess. Then again, we probably can't do a whole lot of watching out to see what is going on in Alexandria. If only we could send 2 parties, right? And again, there's only 5 of us. So that would be a kind of crappy split. Uh-oh. Amazing, Steiner. You are a buffoon. I don't think Steiner is, like, capable of processing that, really, so... Alright, come on, Tin Man. Off you go. And out of the party he goes. So whatever gear I bought for him is pointless. Hell yeah. Gizmaluk's Grotto. Alrighty. Oh boy. There's a boss pretty early on there that I think actually has something that we really need to pick up. If I'm not mistaken. Alright, so let's equip the bronze helm for now. We'll leave the bronze gloves on for a little bit. The silver gloves will come in handy later. Alright. Vivi, do you need any... Okay, yeah, we need to keep the feather hat on you until you get ad status. Right. But the other thing doesn't really give you anything either. Lizard on that leather wrist. You still don't have that? Well, it is what it is. I guess I shouldn't be that surprised in the greater scheme of things. That elevator won't work for us, huh? Do we gotta go talk to somebody else here? He's out to the roof of the castle. Hey, can you at least, like, turn on the elevator, dude? Has one of you got the key for this thing? Or something? You know what? Yes, but I was trying to do that and... yeah. Oh, there we go. I just had to actually find the correct spot for it. Alright, here we are at the base level. We are down below the mist. At least I think that's the case. Alright, so we want to go to Dragon's Gate, and off we go. What you got, buddy? You've just got meds. Well, that's useful and all, but not for my current purposes. Oh yeah, there's definitely some shit going on in Burmecia, champ. Well, we're off to some pretty dangerous shit with no healer in our party. That's lovely. Oh, I saw that. There we go. Yep, right behind the background layer there. That's helpful. So let's see a little bit of what we're dealing with out here. A Serpian, huh? Some kind of dragon scorpion creature. Oh, hey, now that's just rude, buddy. Yeah, so as a Dragoon, Freya has the usual ability to jump, which will cause her to disappear from the lineup for a bit. Makes her untargetable to enemies. And in about a turn, she will crash back down for some pretty good damage. Yeah, not bad at all. Now, Freya's already here, ready to pull her weight a little bit. I'm not sure how much that is offhand, but it's enough. Anybody here got any stuff to equip? Equip that bug killer, dragon killer. Both of those should make her pretty good at dealing with those serpients, but I don't know if they're actually like what type they are for sure. Poison resistance seems like a pretty good thing. Vivi, your ad status effect is never going to be used probably, but take that anyway. Ooh, what do we got here? We got some weird crabs. The Clippers! Not to be confused with any sort of basketball team or anything. Now that would just be weird. They've got ore to steal. Don't know what else, but a little bit of ore isn't necessarily that bad. Thunder doesn't seem to be the appropriate way to deal with them, which is unfortunate. You'd think they're definitely aquatic creatures of some description. That water magic was quite a lot of damage. It might not be a bad idea to put on those headgears that we found. That we could buy anyway. On the other hand, there's Freya with some great magical resist. And Zidane cleaning things up with a crit. What a guy. Good work there, champ. Alright, so here we are in a familiar place. The Q's Marsh. Remember what Zidane was saying about going and exploring the marshlands? Well, this is optional, but it's highly recommended. Oh, and hey, look, there's our tutorial Moogles over there. I don't know what all we're gonna be seeing around here. Alright, what are these gigantodes? Right. Oh, they're even throwing out Blazera here. That could be quite painful. Ooh, ouch, yeah. That's some damage to Vivi for sure. Sheesh. think fire actually works on waterborne creatures more for some reason. But now I don't remember for sure. Okay, well, that's no longer split, so hopefully the damage is a little better. Hey, good, we managed to steal a tent from it. That's pretty good. As you can tell by the fact that I said good earlier. I see. Now we're in deep grass here, and we come to this weird house in the middle of the swamp. Hey, you. You guys like frogs, huh? Kinda look a little bit like a weirdly shaped frog, too. Well, I guess they say you are what you eat. Let's see, we got some frogs. Let's see, this might be a good peace offering to these fellas. Yeah, I got a frog, that's for sure. Here we go. Here is going to be our new party member and our 6th of 8 playable characters. Quina. The resident blue mage, of all things, huh? Not quite. Oh, now Queen is gonna get made fun of. Oh, that's rude. Yeah, so my opinion is that Quina is probably one of the best implementations of blue magic in the entire series. Blue mages are a character class that exists in a very awkward position in terms of balance, like at all times. And the other part of that is, of course, that in various... what's the deal, Vivi? Huh? Quail? Yeah, I mean, if you find anything out, Vivi, that would possibly be helpful information. Maybe you can learn some blue magic, too. Well, I don't know. Haranguing this guy doesn't seem like a useful use of our time. So yeah, blue mages in Final Fantasy, they often have a very weird level of balance because, especially when you start getting their abilities, they tend to seem incredibly strong. But they also tend to fall off quite badly. Alternately, you just have a difficult time in general balancing enemy abilities versus character abilities because the enemies have a very wide array of things they can do. And you stick all of that onto a blue mage and suddenly they become red mage, but way more. And that becomes a bit of an issue. Made even worse by the fact that quite often, in order to get blue magic, you have to make enemies use it on you. And in some games, that ends up really not being worth the effort. A good example of this is White Wind, which is a healing spell. Typically, in most games, you have to use like a manipulation ability or confuse an enemy in order to force it to use White Wind on you. And sometimes that also involves other conditions. And it's like, okay, it's a good healing move, but it's also not quite as good as your other healing moves. But it's there, or on the other hand, it's better than your cheap stuff. And I know that I sound like I'm contradicting myself quite severely here, but blue mage balance is very awkward, and so most of the time blue mages end up just kind of being a little bit trash, no matter how good or interesting their moveset is, or the idea in general. Like, Kimahri is a good example of why blue mages tend to be kind of garbo. Kimahri solved the issue in terms of being able to learn moves. Kimahri can just copy moves using Lancet, but he instead can only cast them through his overdrive. So, and also all of them are like miserably weak too, so it's made even worse with Kimahri. Poor guy. He seemed really cool, and then the devs were just like, no, you know what? What if you weren't allowed to have fun? Kimahri also kind of represents one of the other issues with blue mages, which is that blue mage tends to be the class that has the most severely balanced, and I use severely as the word here intentionally. They have like the most average stat growths that you possibly could imagine. So, okay, they can do some good physical damage, but it's not enough. Like, they tend to be worse at that than red mage, even. So, blue mage often ends up being a worse statted and significantly more awkward to use red mage, with move balance being very like, oh, and then this isn't even getting into utility moves that you have to live through on top of everything the fuck else. So here's why Quina is good, though, is that Quina doesn't have to jump through quite so many hoops in order to learn blue magic. We will get a demonstration of this once we get into a fight as to what Quina's deal is when it comes to learning how to magic. Oh, also we get a frog catching thing. Let's deal with it later. There might have been a noise from something. I don't think I bumped into my mic, but I might have bumped into my desk with my chair. And probably the left armrest, because that's like right up against the other side of my L-shaped desk. It might have very likely been that. Or it could have been my phone vibrating, but I don't think that usually gets picked up. It can get pretty loud on the desk, shockingly. But, yeah. Irene, please. Yeah, I haven't had a set of speakers with a dedicated subwoofer hooked up to my PC in a while. My old PC speakers are currently hooked up to my CD player and all the other audio stuff that I have in the other corner of the room. Anyway, we get a back attack on these dudes, and I'm scrolling up for a second to take a look at the stats. Because the guide actually does say, hey, oh, wow, okay. Good job absolutely fucking murdering that, Zidane. You overdid it quite a bit, champ. Alright, so these duders have 211 HP if this guide is to be believed, and I believe it is. So, we've dealt 77 damage, we've dealt 177 damage. Queena's unique command, other than blue magic, is eat. Eating an enemy, if it's viable to be killed by eat, well, it kills it, because what do you expect? It works only if the enemy is at 25% or less HP. During trance, Queena's eat turns into cook, which can devour an enemy at half max HP or lower, making it a good bit more efficient. So, yes, that makes learning certain moves quite a lot easier. I just need directions. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Alright, so here we get some more Gigantoads, which is great because they also have a learnable move. It's not Blazara, sadly. That might be a little bit more helpful. Oh, that was just rude, Buster. Putting my guy to sleep. Holy shit! Damn, that's one hell of an arm you got there, kid. Alright, Gigantoads have about 275 HP. So, let's try having Freya massively overdo it. Yeah, Queena did just gigantic damage to one of the Gigantoads with just their fork. Can we equip your other... I don't know what High Tide it... Oh, is that the one that speeds up your trance gauge? I bet it is. Anyway, we probably should gear this goofus. Jelly. You jelly, bruh? Wait. Man-eater. Oh, yeah, right. This will be good for Freya, because obvious reasons. Man-eater is the one that gives you more damage against humanoid enemies, right? Yes. And Insomniac, in addition to making the Ratchet and Clank games, will prevent you from falling asleep. That's pretty handy. Both parts of that, actually. Anyway, hold up, I think the Gigantoads just have Frog Drop. Right? I mean... Highest number of frogs. Right, okay, so I don't know a ton about how to do anything with the frog catching stuff. So here's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and heal with a tent. Yeah, we got a couple remaining. And for the time being, I mean, surely there'll be a chance for us to get more Gigantoads, right? We'll fight more of those at some point. We're gonna pick up a couple of blue magic spells. Oh. Because there's a couple of these that are kind of handy. Serpent's Gate, I don't know if there's to do over some stuff to pick up, I think, but well, there's a card. Yeah, the mist is bad for us. Well, that and I tried to take a Lickitung to a Pokemon tournament one time with a giant fucking fork, and it wasn't allowed in for some reason. I mean, granted, I was also the one who was taking Lickitung to, like, Little Cup. And that's acceptable. But the Murder Fork? Oh, no, that's a step too far. I'm sorry. I thought Girafarig was going to be an issue. Girafarig is banned, though, so... Actually, for some reason, I want to say Phantump is, like, usable in a Little Cup. I mean, not just in the literal sense of, like, you can use it, but in as much as, like, it has a viable set, I think. But I could be wrong about that, so don't quote me on that one. Alright, so there's a couple of monsters out here that we can deal with. Not so much over here, but... well, not specifically anyway. Let's take a look at what we've got in the area, however. Ooh, yeah, we're opening up with a couple of spider... oh, they got the drop on us. Not 100% yet, but I mean, I can just crack open the rando list and be like, hey, yeah, what seems like fun? Anyway, we got these carved spiders. I misspoke last time. I said wasn't a carve like a land formation of some kind. I was thinking of like a karst, I think. Carve, K-A-R-V-E, is a type of ship. Not a... Yeah, okay, so we've dealt, like... We've dealt 80-some damage to this thing. It has... 195 HP. So I'm thinking... 195... 195? I'm reading something else, sorry. 129. So... Vivi, give it the stick one more time. And now we should be able to eat this. And we got level 3 Deathless. This is a move that I'm not going to always be certain of, like, the best application of it. But for an enemy with level divisible by 3, it will get a significant defensive debuff. And that may very well come in handy. Alright, now let's equip this Mithril Dagger. So we get Bandit soon, and, do we have anything else we need to... Oh yeah, we need the glass armlet soon. Here for Undead Kill... Not yet. Oh yeah, we should probably go in here and equip... Right. Don't really need that yet, but still. Yeah, High Tide speeds up our transmuter. Jelly prevents us from turning into stone. And antibody protects us from poison, which I think is going to be a little bit more likely. I mean, yeah, I could do something to that effect. If nothing else, it's not like I don't have a very large list of randomizers that I can go and like, what sounds like fun at any given point. I probably also should like set up my Wii so that way I can access it decently, especially with regard to the homebrew stuff, because I don't know exactly how many, because I would be using the randomizer list, the one of the big rando lists out there. Okay, Axebeak has 241 HP, so Freya should probably be able to like not murder this thing in one hit, I think. And yeah, somehow I got double inputs there when I did not need Vivi to do that at all. Well, whatever. Oh, what a jerk. Right, Vivi, set that thing on fire. And we've done 88 damage twice. So hold up. I'm sitting over here. I have a list of a couple of these in front of me, so I'm just doing the math. Like an absolutely ridiculous human being. We're not quite at a low enough HPs for this thing yet, though. So that's unfortunate. Even more unfortunate is the fact that Freya will absolutely kill this thing. So, Vivi, I need you to come out of your slow coma here. Your slowma. And... is that gonna be low enough? I think that might be low enough. Let's take an attempt at eating this thing. And we learned Limit Glove. Limit Glove, I assume, is like massive damage when you're at low HP. Oh, okay. It's exactly 1 HP, you deal 9999 damage. That is very unlikely to be useful unless I can set that up a little more readily. But we have it now, so good enough. All right, we got some garbage bugs. All right, we're looking for one more enemy in this area. And I'm probably not gonna... Yeah, because I'm outside the forest. Aw, boo. Oh, I'm sure we'll be fine. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit too chunky for that sort of... That's probably better than calling it chunk beak, I don't know. Okay, wait, no, you're the one who got antibody. Okay, so we can equip the silver gloves so we can get undead killer. And Vivi, yeah, Vivi got odd status. Odd status, god damn it. Add status, pardon me. Alright, let's take that steepled hat. Do we want to... Yeah, we'll take the steepled hat. It gives us a little more magic defense. That's pretty helpful. Please just don't put Queen to sleep this time. Aw, boo. Come on. You need to be this much of an asshole, buddy? The answer, of course, is yes. I don't even know why I asked. Quite frankly, at this point, it is automatic. Here we go. Here's what we're looking for. We're looking for a bomb. And remember, Vivi, don't just yell, "It's a bomb" in public. You should not do that. And its fire magic seems to do some serious damage. So that's slightly worrying. This has 500 some HP. Did 156. All right, let me just scroll that correctly. 526 HP is what our target is here. Hey, it's got a high potion for a steal. That's pretty good. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna take a crack at it now. While it's currently inflating. Just because I'm kind of concerned about going over. There we go, we got Mustard Bomb. So, if this is the move I think it is, this one is very strong. And I mean, perhaps it damn well ought to be coming off of a bomb. Okay, yeah, it has a low base accuracy, but it inflicts the heat status effect on an enemy, which, if you remember, that is the status effect that causes you to die if you take an action. Workings of an old man's ghost around this area. Well, to be honest with you, I'm here for a couple items, actually. As soon as it lets me. Yeah, pretty much, right? And guess what? It's only gonna get worse. Ah, shit. So I can't actually go up that branch. Oops. Oh, the way this is making me navigate is pretty crusty. Pretty awful. And there's an elixir. And Phoenix down. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Now we go back to the castle. I probably should go to the inn real quick and sleep there to restore our stuff. But I think I'm hoping that there's a place to stay at the castle. I mean, there is that guest room, right? So there's a possibility. You guys mind letting me rest in here? No? Nope. Dang. Well, I guess I'll just have to end up using a tent or something. Alright, now there's a fair few blue magics that we can get out in this area. Alright, what's this thing? Ah, this is a vice. I gotcha. Not to be confused with the kind that you squeeze things in. This is more like the kind that there's a city for in the Grand Theft Auto universe. And we killed it. Fuck. Yeah, those things have 129 max HP, so they are made of paper. So, if Freya could not crit, I mean, we could probably knock it down to eating range, but... somebody's overachieving again. Alright. So... no room for Steel Gill, is there? Steel Gill along with items, alright. Excellent. So we're gonna turn one of these off real quick. I think Beast Killer can stay on. Yeah, we don't really need that. We'll Steel Gill. Swap that out for you for the time being. And in terms of body armor, Vivi is still in the silk shirt area. Alright, here we got a couple of Serpients. We can chip these down decently. They've got a little less than 400 HP. In fact, it's 397. So, yeah, that one's edible. For sure. Yeah, go ahead and set that guy on fire. And we learned Mighty Guard from that one. That's a pretty good thing to have. Usually Mighty Guard is a pretty strong blue magic spell for doing any of this, the more like really serious shit in the game. And this time around is gonna be no exception, I'm pretty sure. Ah, crud vapors, we didn't get our potion out. Oh well. We can just use some of those in the menu, it's fine. I mean, again, we'll get him back eventually, so I'm not too upset about that. All right, we got some more of the old crabs here. Clippers. Oh yeah, Quina did like no damage that time. Are these guys just like stupidly tough physically? And with Vivi not doing a ton of damage either? Oh, dang it. Well, whatever, that's fine. Oh no, that's just massive damage variance. Unless I misread the first time and it was actually 70 damage, in which case, well... it happens. They've got high potions to steal. I see. That's not super incredible. I don't remember what Lancer does other than probably does a lot of damage, but we won't get to see it in this fight anyway, so meh. Let's tent up real quick. I probably should see about, like, stealing more of those very specifically from various enemies. I'm also gonna save just in case, because, yeah, we're not, like, massively over-leveled right now, so... Alright, here we go. Here's another Vice. Alright, don't murder this one, Freya. Hooray! And we stole an echo screen. Yeah. Oh, you jerk. That motherfucker stole one of our potions. What? You kidding me? Wow. Okay, sure, we did like 90 damage to it, and it has 129 HP, so... we technically... You're right. I did my math wrong. I'm stupid, but also... I'm not happy about it in general. Yeah, we got some ladybugs here. These have 244, and we did, like, that must have been 116, right? That wouldn't have been a flat 16 damage. Ah, good. I couldn't see what the damage numbers were because they were covered by the interface. Okay. We can eat that, right? Yay! Pumpkinhead is basically kind of like Minus Strike is for Steiner, where it's damage equals how much of your HP you're missing. Which is potentially useful, depending on the situation you're in. Right. Don't need the feather hat anymore. Use the headgear. I mean, it gives good defense, actually. Okay, we don't need that anymore, so we can equip the Iron Helm. Are you gonna have enough space for level up? No, that costs 7, huh? Characters level up faster, yes, very useful. Vivi, what's your situation looking like here? No real change. Right. I should have known. Alright, so we've dealt with these already, so we can just murder all of these if we want to. Heal yourself, please don't take the fire spell. Okay, good. It was targeted at Vivi and still did like gross amounts of damage to him. Echo screens aren't really a great steal, so I'm just gonna beat the crap out of these guys. I'll take your lunch money the regular way. They have better drops? That's a good question. I have no idea offhand. Oh yeah, they got tent drops. That's good. Oh. Almost dropped my controller. Well, practically did, but it fell in my lap, so it's fine. Ooh, alright. Here's a new enemy, a hedgehog pie. We don't have to worry about eating this thing because we already got its move. It's bright red, so I'm hoping that ice does, like, good damage to it. Nice dodge animation there, by the way, from Queena. That was quite amusing. No real drop from it. Darn. Oh well. I think that's the entrance to Grotto? Maybe not. Okay, here we go. Here's another shot at dealing with this thing. Steal the potion. Alright, Freya, don't murder it. Vivi, murder even less. And then eat it. 96. 18. Yeah, that should definitely put us in place. It has 129 max HP. There we go. And we learned Vanish. Vanish does, well, what you would think it would do, really. I'm curious what that Coral Ring does other than teach us moves. Absorbs Thunder Element attack. Ooh, nice. Okay, yeah, so there's Gizmalik's Grotto. We're not quite ready for that yet. We've got a little bit more to do. There is technically one more move for us to pick up in this area, other than Frog Drop. But admittedly, it's not very useful, so I may not bother if I don't see the enemy that has it. I may just be like, yeah, the hell with it. We're gonna move on without it. Yikes. Ooh. Actually, wait, this is kind of perfect. If we can keep this position I guess I can demo Limit Glove. Possibly in a future fight. All right, yeah, I'll show it off during this fight just because, truth be told, why not? Never mind, I guess I won't show it off during this fight. That was rude, and it was a crit, too, on top of it. Sheesh. Okay, who pissed in your Cheerios, buddy? Like, twice in a row. I'm not even gonna revive until after I exit the battle as a consequence of that. Because otherwise, you're out of your goddamn mind, game. Oh no, Queena didn't get any experience or... moreover, any AP, but that's okay. High Tide takes a million years to learn anyway, so... Well, so much for me showing off Limit Glove. I assume it looks like a glove that has a limit. Or something. Hey, good job killing that thing with your stick, Vivi. You timed that perfectly, buddy. It totally wasn't from Freya not dealing enough damage on her own. God, the attack damage on that fork is so wildly variable. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. Getting a decent chunk of levels here. I'm just trying to get to the Chocobo Forest. Well, there's a bridge. Oh yeah, I have my map on. There it is. Yeah, because it's this isolated, kind of rounded forest dome, really. But, hey, you. Mene. We got Choco, the Chocobo. Weh. Now that they're writing it as Queh instead of Wark, like it was in FF7. Oh, that's quite handy. Oh. Off that bird goes. Find Chocobo footprints near the forest. Use Gasol greens. And Boko will arrive. Anything else going on in here yet? Nope. He wants me to go catch a bird. Now, these chocobo tracks, I don't know how easy they're going to be to see. Oh, actually quite easy. That's good. Yep, and just quickly mount up. Listen to the music for a sec because, hey, why not? I mean, any version of this tune's gonna be pretty good. Anyway, looks like Choco got some exercise. Alright. Give me like 5 of these. Should be good for a while. Alright, what's the deal, champ? Yeah, you do look a little bit like short-legged. Alright, so explain to me what do we got to do here? Alright, just move the bird around and press square to dig. And the more excited that Boko gets, the closer we are to an item. And when you get that, you mash square. Oh, this one's deep. This is probably going to be our chocograph. No, it's a tent. That's quite good too, though. I mean, I'm not going to complain about a free tent. Ooh, Phoenix Pinion. And we've leveled up our bird's beak. Come on, anointments. Yes, that's an item that we will not get to use for a bit. 10 extra seconds. That's not gonna get me shit. But I appreciate the gesture anyway, champ. Yeah, I told you, we didn't even get a single ping. For a grand total of 8 points. Alright, so these points are used to get items eventually, right? Alright, so what's our exchange card look like here? Yeah, 10 for some Gasol greens. God, these things are expensive as hell. But I mean, a protect ring on there, that sounds pretty good to me. And I'm not sure exactly what the Robe of Lords is offhand, but I think it's quite strong. I would sure hope so. Anyway, I could piss away a lot of time just sitting here failing at Chocobo Hot and Cold for a while. If I so desired. It's a not half bad way to get items. I mean, you saw we spent 60 gil and we got a tent, which those are usually quite expensive. Plus all the other crap. I mean, hey, can't complain about that. Although, where's like anything else here? Come on. We standing on it? More or less, yeah. Hey, 50 gil. We almost made back our amount that we invested. Dang it. We were pretty close to something there. That's a shame. So I'll probably do more of that later on. Now, from what I understand, among the many things that we can dig up, out of Chocobo Hot and Cold, we can find something called chocographs, which we can use to go and dig stuff up on the overworld. And some of the contents of the chocographs are quite useful. So it's not really a bad idea to spend some time goofing off with that. What is this? This isn't the grotto. This is somewhere else. Ah, it's Southgate. I gotcha. Alright, so we should probably head towards Gizamelik's Grotto and... I was back the other way, across a bridge. Seems like that day-night cycle is going pretty dang fast, huh? Get off the bird. That's the wrong side of the thing. It's going pretty all right. Picked up a chocobo. We didn't get any chocographs, and I decided that I would work on that some other time instead of like turning the entire stream into Chocobo Hot and Cold. Instead, we're gonna go in here. Well, okay, first we're gonna save. Because I'm pretty sure there's a boss like right in the start of Gizamelik's Grotto, and that could be a bit of an issue. Oh, oops. Let's leave the chocobo a couple inches away from the entrance there, so we can get in. Unfortunately, more dead Burmesians over here. Yeah, they really chose to throw Freya straight into her tragedy, huh? Like even faster than Vivi by overall metrics. Okay, so is this not the area I was thinking of where we fight Lonnie? I think that's later in the game then. I thought that was much earlier on. Oh god, yeah, I probably should just go out and heal real quick. Because I most notably have like no mana left for Vivi. And that's a bit of an issue. Oh, and just potions to steal? Darn. Can you tell me anything about that door, sir? Alright, so that'll be our way of dealing with this dungeon's gimmick, I suppose. Oh, it's something like that as the name. I thought it was going to be an AoE, like, spinning attack. Somehow, no. Alright, yeah, so stepping outside to heal. Ah, I see. They're not going to let us use these more than once. And these black mages haven't been set up with very much special other than just a scream kill. Ah, yes, it's the clowns. Odd Todd and Even Steven here. And they're gonna probably just... Excuse me, they're probably gonna just run off while we're murdering these black mage soldiers here. Got items of value? Yes, Phoenix Downs. Alright. That's better damage than I was expecting. That, however, was not. Nice! And we got a tent out of the deal, too. in addition to that Phoenix down. That's pretty dang good. Because quite frankly, we just don't get enough of those. Excuse me. And off go the clowns. Alright, now let's fight this dude. With Zidane being this much of a damage dealer, I wish so badly that I had access to Mug right now. Also, yeah, 64 MP for Mighty Guard. We're not going to be using that for a minute, but keep it in mind anyway, because it's pretty solid when we're able to use it. That's quite the animation there, game. Is that enough particles for you? Jeez. I like how it just stole from that and it died immediately because it tried to act. There's the cap for that flash drive. Alright, we got the bell off of that guy and look around here. Alright, so there's a bit of order of operations here, and assuming that I'm doing this correctly, this is something that'll help us get some more items. Nice, we got a bronze vest. I don't know if we need that right now, but I'll check in a second after we're done with this fight. After we're done dealing with yet another skeleton here. Another skeleton warriors. Quite easy. Nice, we got ad status for Quina. Not that it matters right now, but it will later, I'm sure. Yeah, leather plate, so we can upgrade that to a bronze vest, right? Because Quina is wearing the bronze vest right now, yeah. I forgot. Unfortunately, Vivi can't wear the leather plate. And I guess, you know, sometimes things just are rude in video games. Can anybody else put that coral ring to... Probably have it in... Yeah. So you can get Insomniac and Maneater from that. You can get Insomniac, and you as well can learn to not be able to go to sleep. Alright, we'll give it to Zidane first. Well, I saw the ping. Ooh, here's a new enemy for us, the Lamia. What have you got going on, Chief? Can we steal from it? Oh, he got confused. God dang it. Well. Let's see if this incredibly over-the-top animation, this is gonna work. Yeah, it has absolutely awful accuracy. It's just very strong when it works, so... That's why I thought, hey, it's maybe worth another try. There we go. That'll snap Zidane out of confusion. Just clobber him with a stick. There we go. Was that worth it? Answer, at the rate this is going, yes. Yes, it was. But I digress. Oh, well, that's irritating. I don't like that. That's several of our turns worth of damage. This thing keeps buffing itself. Yeah, look at that. That's gotten a little ridiculous. All this because I wanted to know what I could steal from it. Can you just, like, die already, please? Fucking HP does this thing have? I swear this has, like, more than bosses we've fought at this point. Well, yeah, Zidane, did you actually even attack? I don't think you did. There we go, finally. That's not gonna be worth it at all. I'm gonna look at the stats, just out of curiosity. $994 HP. Yeah, that's quite a lot. Yeah, so we'll spend some of these. Guess we'll feed Vivi and Ether. Saw the item ping in here a second ago. Come on. is it like more central in the map? Jeez. Oh, good. Glad to see you again. It's weak to lightning, so that's useful. It's a pretty good crit that we got from Queena earlier too, so. For fuck's sakes! God, this damage fluctuation is huge right now. Also, not having a healer is kind of awful. But I think you probably knew that. Yeah, the Mithril Gloves are just stat buffs here for Freya, but that's perfectly fine. Nice, we got a Magus hat. That surely is going for somebody very specific here, right? Raises ice elemental attack. That's pretty neat. Also nice is the ability to learn slow, which surely is going to be quite helpful. Okay, yeah, no, just let me flee from this battle. These fights are god-awful. I don't want to deal with this thing right now. This is just a boss, basically. Oops. That's right, this Moogle has just found out about. About the drugs that Vivi has got in his person. Yeah, here, you can have Koopo Nut. Well, that works. Alright, open the chest. Get another bell. Another battle. Hey, at least we've got just skeletons here. So I was kind of worried that this one room was literally just this one enemy type. Let's take a look at some Aqua Breath. Just to mix things up a little bit here. In terms of what we're doing. Alright. Slow can only target one enemy at a time, so I mean, fair enough. Wow. Literally nothing, huh? So, I guess skeletons don't care about water. There, a little bit of fire. I'll show this thing what's what, probably. Alright, so let's go back here. And here we go. I mean, I've never eaten them, but they seem pretty alright. Magnet. Letter from Mudon. Alright, tent up real quick. And I think this is going to be, yeah, it's about 3 hours of stream. This is a fair point to save. So we can pick this back up next time well, by next time I mean Monday, really. Alright. Means that I've basically saved kind of right in front of a boss.